Hey folks, Music Handyman. Today we have a bass guitar, a Yamaha RBX170. It's red, it's dirty as hell. Look at that, look at all that. Pretty dusty, it's got some stickers on it, scratches, the works. Dead old strings, the pickups are all crazy. I'm not sure if it works, so I'm going to plug it in, see if it works. First of all, get the electronics sorted out. And then I'm going to set it all up, make it sound real nice, put some Ernie balls on it, and then we're going to sell it. Simple as that. So let's get to it, shall we? So, it's all apart, it's all in a million pieces. Truss rod is good, it's in good shape. It works, which is good. Don't need to replace the pots. They're Alpha 250Ks. It's wired up pretty good. There's a little bit too much wire in there, but nothing's touching each other, so it's all good. That needs tightening up a little bit. But I'm going to take all these off anyway so I can get the stickers off. The machine heads have these covers on them so you can get inside, which is real good because I'm going to grease all these up and keep them working, keep them lubricated. So I'm going to clean all these up. These are in pretty good shape already. This has seen better days. But I think a cleanup will probably do it some good. This is real scratched, this back plate. But no worries, no worries. The pickups could do with some dusting for sure. So I'm going to take those out and take everything out, clean it up, put it back together. And then we'll see how we get on. So we've got all the frets taped up, the neck fingerboard taped up, the frets are exposed. I'm going to start 600 grit, sand these down, not down, just get all the little marks out of there. They're otherwise in pretty good nick. They're kind of they're sprouting a little bit, but we'll fix it all up. So we'll start at 600 grit. Work our way up to 2,500 grit sandpaper, wire wool, and then some metal polish, and these will be good as new. But first of all, sandwich time. So what I'm doing here is sanding down the frets. You have to get in the sides of them and on top, and I'm rounding off the corners, beveling them. I use this calico beveling file just to give it, it wasn't really getting much because they're already a good angle. So what I'm doing now, I've just got this little shiv, from Shiv, stab you with it. And I'm just getting my 600 grit sandpaper and just wrapping it around like so, and then that gets in the sides of the frets like that, just like that, and then you eventually go over and keep the round shape of the fret. What I've done, I have sheets of sandpaper, as you would get sandpaper, and then when I cut them up, I put them into little envelopes. So when I pull them out, they're ready to go. And then when they're empty, I just cut some more. Easy peasy, easy bloody peasy, isn't it? So I'm going to do this for ages now. So that's the 600 done. They're looking pretty good already. The shine's come back. That's what you want. And then all the marks that I've made with the 600 grit sandpaper, I will now get out with the 1200, 1500, and a 2,500 grit sandpaper, and then some wirewall and some polish, and then these frets will be done. They'll be nice and shiny. We'll clean the fretboard, and that'll be it. So I'm going to sand for ages and not film it because it's just boring. So I'll be back. So that's all the sanding done and the wire wall. You can tell already that that is way better than it was. And I'm going to use some metal polish on the frets, clean them up real nice, and then treat the fretboard, and then we'll get to getting those stickers off. That'll be fun. Alright, so the neck is clean. Clean as a whistle. I've oiled it with 65 Dunlop lemon oil. Even smells good. So the frets are clean. Fingerboard is degreased. Time to get the stickers off. Now I've got the stickers off. That paper one up there was the worst one to get off that you saw. The two that were here were just vinyl stickers and they just peeled up pretty easily with a little bit of lighter fluid. It's just started raining heavily. So as you can see, there's no residue from the stickers, which is nice. Clean this back plate up a little bit. There's some scratches here which I'm going to try and get out with some high grit sandpaper and maybe some rubbing compound. If it doesn't come out, then it might be below the varnish, the lacquer. So it'll have to stay. But otherwise, we're getting close. I'm just going to clean the pickups up and try and get that scratch out, and then we'll move on to setting it up and getting some strings on it. All this needs now is strings and a setup, and it's ready to go. There is this little string tree that would go in these holes. I'm going to put it on just to keep it original if the buyer wants to keep it, but I would suggest against it because it puts a little bit too much pressure on the strings above the nut and can wear your strings out, maybe knock the intonation out a little bit, but we'll see. I'll put them on and see if it's alright, but I would recommend not keeping them on, to be honest. So, strings and setup. So there we have it, restrung, set up, Yamaha RBX170 bass guitar. Super slinkies, low action, intonation, all set up. It sounds good. It's got quite a thick neck, which I quite like. I'll just run through some things with you. So, intonation is pretty good. 12th fret, A, all good. You get quite a lot of options with the tone and volume pots. As you can see with the EQ, frequency response is pretty good, up to 1K. And you get a little bit of top end as well, which is nice. I'm not the best bass player. So yeah, buy it. Cheers.